Good evening. It's my pleasure and honor to serve the citizens of Rock Island as mayor. And I'm excited to share the state of our city and look back on what has been accomplished in 2021. First off, I'd like to thank all the city employees for the hard, dedicated work, our elected officials, and 140-plus citizens representing more than 25 various boards and commissions that help implement the direction of the city. Thank you very much for your service. As I mentioned, in last year's 2020 was a challenging year. Well, I must repeat it again this year and say 2021 has been a challenging year also, to say the least. Business owners have had to continue to change how they run their operations. They are experiencing a workforce shortage. Citizens have had to adjust in managing their life, their home life, in a variety of different ways. And the citizens and the city has had to continue to find a way to be more efficient while maintaining the same level of service to the citizens. As we reflect back on 2021, we also have much to be proud and thankful for. Our city has remained resilient in the wake of the continue of the global pandemic. We did not raise property tax rates in 2021, and we recently passed a 2022 budget without raising property taxes once again. The city was very fortunate that the revenues came in higher than anticipated, and we were able to maintain expenses. In previous years, we were faced with approximately a $5 million budget deficit, and were forced to make drastic cuts across the board. However, this year, we began our budget process with only a $1.5 million budget deficit, and we were able to make a few adjustments to the capital improvements, as well as using some excess reserve funds to balance the budget, while still maintaining one of the City Council's goals of 90 days cash reserve. The city received $26.5 million, a once-in-a-lifetime federal grant through the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, that will provide unique opportunities for us to grow our city in several areas, different areas. The City Council has asked the city manager, which we have an interim city manager now, Mr. John Grip here, to hire an ARPA program manager to facilitate the town hall meetings and other community engagement activities, interview key personnel, and work with council members to find the best ways to invest this grants funding to ensure the most positive impact in our city for years to come. Our hopes are to accomplish this first stage in the first quarter of 2022. We've had many other exciting, positive things happen within our city departments in 2021, and I'd like to highlight several of those. Starting with the Park and Recreation Department, we expanded various partnerships. We partnered with Spring Forward to offer over 300 children's sports clinics and swim lessons. Our partnership with First Tee of the Quad Cities will allow us to bring a new clubhouse at Highland Springs Golf Course. Over the summer, we partnered with River Music Experience, enabling us to host concerts at Schwiebert Riverfront Park. Partnerships with the Park and Recreation Foundation and the Rock Island Townships provided financial assistance to the youth to participate in various recreational activities. Additionally, we offered over 92 programs with over 7,700 participants. It's a lot of people, a lot of kids. Installed new cabanas and painted the slides at Whitewater Junction. Saw a 20% increase, this guy here, 20% increase in membership at RIFAC, and remodeled the babysitting room. And at our Highland Springs and Saukey Golf Course, we hosted over 30 outings, raising over $100,000 for local charities and organizations. Our finance department issued bonds in 2021 for the purpose of restructuring and maintaining the city's A+ bond rating with a stable outlook. We increased that rating the year before and have been able to maintain that. The state income tax and replacement tax revenue projections for 2021 were over $4.5 million each one of those. For comparison, over the past 5 years, tax revenues were $3.9 million and replacement tax revenues are $2.7 million. That's a nice increase coming back from the state of Illinois for businesses that have grown and paying taxes. Our staff worked hard to keep the city financially stable, but that did not come without tough decisions, such as not filling many vacancies. We will be looking to fill some of these positions in 2022 in order to continue to move our city forward. Also, the implementation of consolidation and the pension investment is underway. And I want to mention our own Mark Poulos, City Council member, retired police officer, sits on the Police State Pension Board. And not every city gets that opportunity. And here in Rock Island, we have that connection to that board to be able to watch those dollars and make them grow. The Information and Technology Department continues to explore and implement technology solutions that address transparency through smart city initiatives, cloud computing, broadband expansion, and community engagement. They installed additional security cameras in over 20 locations throughout the city of Rock Island, and even more planned for 2022. IT staff responded to 2,800 internal help desk requests. It's a lot of requests. And they continue to work diligently on providing stable and secure technology environment for the whole city and its operations. And as we've seen in the press of late, security through technology has been challenged. And the city of Rock Island has met that challenge and is staying secure. Our Human Resource Department kept busy implementing the constantly changing COVID-19 policies to keep the city open and to the public and employees' health and safety. Employees' health insurance premiums remain constant despite medical and drug inflation costs raising above 5%. So we were able to maintain those costs. Additionally, they facilitated the hiring and training activities of 44 regular full-time employees and 95 part-time employees. It's a lot of orientations. The Martin Luther King Jr. Center has had a busy and successful year. Despite the continued COVID challenges, during the summer, they partnered with the Park and Recreation Department and were able to serve over 90 kids in their day camp. They rejuvenated the annual Family Fun Day this fall and reached over 2,500 people with an outdoor community celebration. It was a lot of fun, nice parade. They served a record 3,500 plates of food for their annual Thanksgiving dinner, and approximately 600 children received Christmas gifts through their gift program. Wonderful work being done. The fire department completed more than 100 free car seat installations for the community in 2021. They received the 2021 EMS Silver Award from the American Heart Association and continued their partnership with the Red Cross of the Quad Cities and the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance to install free smoke alarms. At the end of 2021, they responded to approximately 7,200 calls of service, completed more than 9,000, that's a lot of hours of training, and conducted more than 1,300 life safety inspections, making sure our buildings are safe for us to be in. In November, a Life Safety Award was presented to members of the Rock Island Fire Department and the staff at Whitewater Junction for rescuing a person from a potentially fatal medical emergency. Once again, training pays off. That training they work at saved someone's life. The police department successfully transitioned to a crime data collection and reporting to the National Incident-Based Reporting System to meet federal compliance. They also completed the evaluation and selection process for a new records management system and computer-aided dispatch system that is targeted to be implemented in early 2022. They completed the infrastructure for a new P25 emergency radio system and began the implementation process. And I got to say that we talk about sometimes community and involvement and collaboration and partnership. This was a large one. This involved both sides of the river. Bettendorf, Iowa, and Davenport, Iowa, East Moline, Rock Island, Scott County, Rock Island County. We are all now on a digital platform, all on the same network, able to communicate from one corner to the other corner of the Quad Cities. Once again, to make sure that the citizens stay safe. And so the city was able, the police department worked very diligently to make this happen. It's a great accomplishment. It doesn't happen often. It's not cheap. But to share that with all the other cities and counties made it possible. They successfully maintained the annual standard required for Tier 2 accreditation with the Illinois Law Enforcement Accreditation Program and received the Federal Use of Force Certificate for the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police. The staffing shortage continued in 2021 and will continue in 2022, unfortunately. However, they were able to add a crime and technology data analyst to the Criminal Investigation Division to provide data-driven information for policing and technology evidence collection. Once again, as I mentioned before, our world is becoming more highly technical, and we need to stay on top of these, and the police department is in tune with this. Additionally, several of our officers received awards for going above and beyond the call of duty in supporting citizens of Rock Island. The Rock Island Public Library continues to grow in 2021, including the new and updated services such as free online training modules through Niche Academy, modified the Library to Go mobile to better reach underserved areas, continued growing adult services to include sewing machines, memory kits, and increased the mobile hotspot collection to 40 devices. And once again, as we had remote learning for the students last year, this was very important to have these devices so people have access for learning. And we were able to take that, the mobile service to different parts of the community so people had active internet service to either learn, fill out applications for jobs, but everybody had access. And so we continued in the library to follow that mission in the future. They partnered with the YMCA on a $7.8 million renovation project of the former Jewish Center that will house the new library branch, and also partnered with the University of Illinois Extension Office, Prairie State Legal Services, South Rock Island Townships, Augustana College, National Alliance of Mental Illness, ARC of the Quad Cities, the Rock Island Arsenal, and the Chipionic Cemetery. It's a lot of partnerships, a lot of people, a lot of organizations, to provide a variety of educational programming. They received a $50,000 grant from the Illinois State Library to help make interior and exterior improvements of all buildings. Public Works Department completed several major projects in 2021, including 35th Street water main replacement, the pavement striping program, the River Heights Road and Black Hawk Hills Drive reconstruction project. And not to have a lot of people drive through those areas, but you drive through it, and you talk about a major improvement and a difference in that neighborhood. They did an outstanding job, not an easy task with those hills and turns. That was a major, major project. The Engineering Division completed various grant applications and was awarded $7 million to STBG and Safety Fund for 3 large street projects. I wish it was 31. 3 large street projects, including 31st Avenue, 30th Street, and 85th Avenue West, Rock Island Parkway. The city took over the Rock Island Arsenal's electrical maintenance, sanitary sewage, life station operation, the water treatment service in 2021, and started working on, is continuing to work on that. And once again, as a side note, this is something that saved the federal government some money and increased our revenue by over $100,000 a year. Once again, it saved our tax dollars, our federal tax dollars we were able to save, but yet also put, at the same time, put over $100,000 annually into the net revenues of the city of Rock Island. Additionally, the department performed over 15,000 chemical and biological tests to ensure the highest quality of water to provide to our citizens. That's a lot of testing, but we take extra measures to make sure our citizens stay safe. And just to name a few more accomplishments, and these are once again items that I'm going to read off, are items that it seem and we don't pay attention to, but are very time-consuming, costly for the city to do, but need to maintain for, once again, safety. But they replaced 22 fire hydrants, repaired 77 water main breaks, cleaned 7,600 feet of storm lines, repaired 38 storm pipes, repaired 2 sanitation manholes and 1 storm manhole, repaired 1 sewer lateral, and repaired 15 sanitary mains. They also responded to 287 work orders of replacing water meters, removed over 78 dead or dying trees. And I need to remind people of the ash borer that has gone around for quite a while. We are doing this to maintain the health of other trees and for the safety of trees dying and falling. And so it's a major undertaking to take care of these issues, those issues with the trees especially. Enforced 354 nuisance violations, so we do respond to people in the neighborhoods, and 600 mowing violations. Community and Economic Development Department sold 15 vacant properties and launched an online listing for all available city-owned properties. The Housing Rehabilitation Program exceeded the performance targets for the 2nd year in a row with the completion of over 40 projects. The Inspections Division assisted in 4 large projects: Lincoln Homes, Augustana College Health and Science Building, Linco Warehouse Remodel, and the Rock Island Housing Authority Complex. Additionally, staff met with 662 businesses to help provide program resources and technical assistance, resulting in over $5.8 million in capital directly infused to the Rock Island businesses, as well as developed a comprehensive business guide with all the potential economic development assistance currently available. It's called Forward, that people have an avenue to look at and see what's available to them. The Community and Economic Development Department continued its partnership with DARI, which included the success of 17 new businesses, 3 new ownerships throughout the city. You can see here some of those. Live Work Rock Island program. It's been around for like 11 years. The program has had over 400 new Rock Island homebuyers since its inception and has provided provided over $131,000 in down payment assistance, resulted in over $31 million in real estate transactions, people buying homes in the city of Rock Island. Additionally, $7.8 million in financial assistance was provided to Rock Island businesses, which include facade funding and the Back to Business grant, which resulted in $1.5 million in economic development agreements. In 2021, the city entered in a partnership with the Quad City Chamber of Commerce for a development and growth of our downtown area. In late 2021, the City Council approved $4 million to be invested in the downtown, with the possibility of receiving another $3 million. And once again, a breakdown of that is we had $1.5 million in TIF funds that are committed to be invested in downtown, an additional $2.5 million in ARPA funds, which then leveraged us to apply for this grant for $3 more million. So we can make that, work with that money to help it grow to even a bigger pot to invest in our downtown area. So the state, with the state funding, we'd have a total of $7 million that could be invested in rebuild downtown Rock Island projects. The project plans include new reconstruction of the Great River Plaza, Arts Alley, streetscaping that include lighting, security cameras, public art, signage, alley work, and sidewalk reconstruction, and even a dog park. And I must commend and compliment the Chamber for their work done here, and give a shout out to Jack Cullens, the downtown manager. We look forward to a great relationship and program here in the future. And the Chamber's done a great job. They work with the City of Davenport and the City of Bettendorf in the same manner. In addition to all of the exciting things that have happened in 2021, despite the many challenges we faced, we have much to be excited for in 2022. We continue to move Rock Island forward. For example, because of our strong public-private partnerships that have been established between the city, the Dari, Chamber, the Chamber Development, the team is helping to facilitate over $60 million in planned business expansions for 2022. $60 million have already been committed for development throughout the city because of the collaboration and work with all the different organizations and city employees. And there very well could be a lot more coming. Our IT department is excited once again to be working closely with our police department in 2022. After more than 20 years on our current system, the new computer-aided dispatch and records management software systems will be put online during 2022. In addition, new computers in the patrol cars, new car video recorders will also be installed, automated vehicle location, and neighborhood videos will be in 2022. Surveillance expansions are expected during 2022. Our library will be celebrating their 150th, it's a lot of years, 150th year of service to the citizens of Rock Island, and will be opening the new branch library in the former Jewish Center in partnership with the YMCA. The Public Works Department has several big construction projects planned for 2022, including the 11th Street water main replacement. And if anybody's driven down 11th Street, especially in the winter months, it seems like there's always a water main break down that street. It's definitely needed. The from 25th to 42nd Avenue. The 46th Street reconstruction project from 37th Avenue to 39th Avenue, to name a few. The MLK Center and the Community Economic Development Department have been working together on a needs assessment for a selected portion of the west end of Rock Island. They engaged a consultant to use data gathered from a variety of sources, but more importantly, trained a group of residents to conduct the assessment to gain a true and broad understanding of the lived experience of this area. After 18 months of work, the assessment is now complete, and these departments, along with residents, will work on continuing the process to determine the strategies and goals moving into 2022 and beyond. This collaboration is a great example how the city departments can utilize their strengths together for a better quality product with a more efficient manner. In the fall of 2021, the City Council developed 4 goals to be implemented for 2022 through 2025. Goal number 1, to achieve the financial stability through the transformation of the city's budget process. Goal number 2, to utilize dynamic and innovative communications as a primary strategy in making and promoting and engaging both internal and external stakeholders. And we've talked about that a number of times up here at City Council, and we talked about saying being more transparent and more information and communicating what's happening. And that's what the City Council, the goal is to commit to do that. And part of the transparency is not only just telling what's going on, but how can we make it more accessible or more understandable. In some cases, you go look at financials, and it's difficult to understand if you don't understand financials. And so how can we make it so that everybody can understand them and what's going on? Goal number 3 is to transform local economy through proactive business retention, entrepreneurial development, and business attraction strategies. Goal number 4 is to leverage Rock Island's assets and the existing strengths to foster inclusive growth and development in its diverse neighborhoods. And once again, we've talked about up here a number of times how lucky we are to have the diversity that we have. It's a great strength, and we need to continue to foster that and work with that. In summary, once again, it's been a challenging year for many of us, many different ways. We've had several achievements, which included increasing revenue, no property tax increase. We were able to maintain our service levels throughout the city. Looking to the future, we have so much to be excited for in 2022 as we continue to move the city in the right direction. I once again would like to thank the citizens for their trust they have given me, as well as the City Council, and all city employees. Thank you for your hard work, professionalism, despite many challenges you've faced. I truly believe that when we all work together, we can get great things going in the city of Rock Island. And once again, this town rocks. Thank you very much.